Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm Will Dragon, and this is a continuation of our playthrough of All Quiet in the Trenches. As you can see, we've just made it back to another trench phase, and Von Karsbrook would like us to redig a communications trench. Of course he would. It's a very, very hard job, so why start with anything else? So we're simply going to go for you three. We're going to get you two to sort out the rations, and then what kind of jobs do we have? None? Wow, that's highly unusual. There are no jobs. Well, I guess you can go help with rations then. I don't know, I mean, this is just weird. 6 days worth of rations. I may go back to campaign 8, or I may not. I'm not entirely sure. Nothing going on. We'll just hit next turn. Ram! The French have a sniper in the area. Ah, well. And of course, now Von Karsbrook wants an extra job doing. My group is on night watch. Make sure my men do not fall asleep. Well, I'll think about it. No, we'll send you and you both very by the book. And you three can go get me some ammunition. Do not get shot. Good. No exclamation marks. Fog has rolled in. Nobody is shooting anybody. How can we help you? We need more space here for as the basis of the German victory in World War I. Because we all know that happened, right? Schmidbauer! The French have been busier than usual lately. You have a bad feeling about this? Menk, you crazy bugger. Off you go. Idol, Von Karsbrook. What can I help you with? Need someone to deliver a message to headquarters. Let's send Schmidbauer. He's a very practical kind of a man. Then let's Pedersen. You'll have a good bit of rations. Let's have you go fetch some. To keep Dana fresh. For as long as possible. Good, back up to 6 days worth of rations. Haven't seen much movement for hours while scouting the French. I think we have a quiet day ahead of us. What I like to hear. More communications trenches collapsing, but we haven't even had artillery. Like, I would say who fixed this last time, but that was me. So, you know, clearly we did a terrible job of it. And it's just going to collapse straight back in again. Have pretty good ammo, pretty good rations. What do you want? My group is on night watch once again. Does somebody else not get a go at this? Suppose that'll be Dana again. Oh, fog's gone. Fog is gone. All bets are off. Light artillery is coming in. The French were suddenly here out of nowhere. Most of us were still sleeping when the shooting and screaming started. And just like they came, they were gone again in the blink of an eye before we could organize a defense. That could happen every night. I barely dare close my eyes anymore. Bum, bum, bum. They have you afraid. What they were trying to do. We are down into just a good mood. You need someone to deliver a message. Swipper. Off you go. What have we got? 4 days worth of rations still. How are we doing? Oh, we do need to go get some ammunition. You go fetch me some ammunition. Fetch me some rations along with Menk. Although, hang on. Another communications trench. Flipping heck, these trenches are collapsing like nobody's business. Grab Menk as well. Right, now we should be good. I think we potentially got, yeah, a bit more food, a bit more ammunition. Pack your things. We're out of here. Back to camp. That was a very quick and easy trench phase. All done in 5 minutes. 8 days in the blink of an eye. It is... Oh, it's harvest time. Resupply came in. Okay, we're back up to 7 weeks rations anyway. You're ordered to expand the rear trenches. Wow. This is a pretty rough job to come back to. We don't have any prestige, unfortunately, so... We also do kind of have a little bit of that problem. And somebody wants something. The harvest has begun in the village. Best opportunity to stock up on supplies. Now they have no excuses to deny us a share. I'm going to rest it out for this turn. Oh, nice and easy. Quick turn. Graham got a little bit... No. Tiredness actually dropped off across the board, pretty much. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Someone wants to talk to me. Look alive. Our next shift at the front trench has already been set. That kind of quick cycle is nice, isn't it? All that comfy lollygagging in camp makes the men soft. Anyways. Well then. These villagers are suspect. The trenches in 3 turns. We will have our 2 tolerant guys go and do that. And then we will have 1 more turn of rest. Oh, we won't. Something's going to happen. I was in the middle of something, but was distracted by commotion at the card table. I hesitated in case a fight broke out, but the soldiers playing quickly calmed down again and dealt another round. Not far from them sat Lotz, completely engrossed in a piece of writing. He was so absorbed in the text that he hadn't even noticed what was going on at the table. I went over to him. I was interested to see what he was reading and went over to Lotz. When I got to him, however, he looked a bit nervous. Don't worry. I reassured him. Lotz relaxed and even showed me what he was reading. A pamphlet from Russia. While explaining to me what it was about, he became quite excited. The idea is to distribute the land among the peasants, to hand the factories over to the workers. I had to warn him. This is very dangerous writing, I said, startled and looked around. Luckily no one else had heard him. Put that away. Lotz followed my instructions and briskly walked away. I looked after him discontentedly. Originally, I had told him just now that he didn't have to worry about me, but in the end I had scared him all the same. He doesn't have to worry about me, but he may have to worry about someone else. The men were in high spirits, laughing and joking with each other incessantly. I noticed young Menk now seemed even more connected to the others than before. He laughed louder and more relaxed than I had ever seen him, almost like a changed man. That all soldiers automatically saw each other as good friends was a myth, but at least Menk and Lotz actually seemed to get along well and to enjoy the camaraderie very much, even on a larger scale. Oh, one of them's about to die. Menk and Lotz actually seem to get along well and to enjoy the camaraderie very much, even on a larger scale. Okay, Alfred Lotz. Menk. The latrine is filled to the brim. Well then, someone's going to be emptying it, aren't they? Menk. A week's worth of food. We have a few prisoners of war that need guarding. Sorry, Menk, it's... you might be getting away with this. Yeah, you're going to get away with this, aren't you? You're going to get away with it. Going to get away with it. Let's help with this harvest. One and two. Next. Listen to this, Dano announced. He shook the field newspaper in his hands to smooth it out. It says here that we taught the British a thing or two at the Somme. Probably thought they could just waltz in here. How weak they must have considered us to be. They even had the tools to rebuild our positions, but not us. Just goes to show how tough our troops are. Otsono gave him a brief glance without looking up. He fumbled with his empty cigarette case. Tough may be, but what use is that to them? Dana paused. What are you trying to say? That they shouldn't fight back if they're attacked? No, they should, Lotz replies. It's just... I sometimes wonder what will remain of it, if we survive it, I mean. Say nothing. Say nothing. Yes, Pedersen? The other thing I'm already going through here, now there's this miserable weather. Ah, we have some miserable weather. It's very, very hot. And of course, when we get to winter, it'll be very, very cold. We lost a couple of status effects. He now feels dejected, nauseated, jumped person. The field laundry can't keep up with the demand. Okay, that's all we've got waiting for us. We don't want any trouble. And it's very generous of you. You get to do laundry. Congratulations. You think you find it horrible in the heat wave? Go play with water. Lying waste of paper. Fram rumbled through the camp. The field newspaper landed on the table in front of him with a big bang. I went up to him and asked if there was a problem. My question seemed to momentarily throw him off course. While he was gathering his thoughts, I caught a glimpse of the front page, which read, "Victory within reach," written in bold letters. With a trembling voice full of pent-up anger and bitterness, he added, "It just makes me so angry. What the newspapers are writing has absolutely nothing to do with what is really happening here. All the sacrifices we make here and all the daily deprivations are apparently not worth mentioning. Instead, the people are spurred on with lies and promises and promised an imminent victory. That's just ridiculous." I asked him which lies he was referring to. "We've barely moved an inch for weeks. Every time we gain a little ground, we lose it again shortly afterwards. This," he slammed his hand down on the article in question, "has nothing to do with our reality." I explained that this was about hope. "If we give up hope, what will remain?" Fram looked at me skeptically, his brow furrowed. French just have to lose hope first. You're tired, angry, burnt out. I can see that. But the French, they aren't faring any better. He remained silent, his fingers pensively playing with a corner of the newspaper. "We keep the faith in our victory here, it will be our enemies who give up first," I added. "Is that what it's about?" he blurted out. "We just have to cause more suffering to the others. As long as they're worse off than we are, everything's fine. Excuse me, Herr Unteroffizier, that's not how I see it." With that, he stood up and took his leave. He's off. This morning, Fram was nowhere to be found. No one had seen him leave. When I was told that his personal belongings were also no longer in his tent, it was immediately clear to me that what must have happened. Oh, Fram has deserted. This I was very much not expecting. I don't know which way to go for this. Oh, it looks like I've lost Fram either way. I'm going to report this as quickly as possible. He immediately set the Feldgendarmerie in motion to arrest the deserter. Through my quick report, I had at least been able to prevent Fram from extending his lead. Nevertheless, the lieutenant gave me a half-hour speech in which he clearly expressed his displeasure about my, in his opinion, twofold failure. That Fram had been able to escape unnoticed, but above all, that it had come to this at all, which he linked to a lack of discipline in my troop. My quick action seemed to have had consequences. I was told that the Feldgendarme had found Fram. There had allegedly been a scuffle, whereupon one of the Feldgendarme shot him. Fram is dead. I was writing reports when the sounds of the busy activity in our camp gradually died down around me. Instead, I heard... Oh, this is weird. This is as if somebody just died in the field hospital. But he hasn't. He deserted and was shot. Oh, this is a bit odd. I feel like now, so everyone's going to get mourning, which maybe they should have had anyway, don't get me wrong, but everyone's now going to get mourning triggered by this. But I feel like this story shouldn't be here. I feel like it's a bit off. But anyway, let's honor his sacrifice to the Battleland. I made sure the men understood that his death was not without purpose. On the contrary, it served a higher cause. Yeah, don't desert. Oh, wow. That cost me a whole level of prestige and about a whole level of my soldier's mood. Changed from camaraderie to neutral. He is very tired of war. He'll be next. These four got grief. He is also tired of war. They are both tired. Low prestige added. Good mood removed. Change to standard rations for 6 turns. Have your people ready. It's back to the trenches. I need to, Oh, just, yeah, at least it gives me something. I need to, earn me some brownie points, basically. It's, that's just... I did not expect him to desert. I guess, he wasn't... I didn't feel like he was that unhappy in general, like in camp. It was all just off the story, really. But yeah, it's, I need to earn some brownie points. Gas came a shout, presumably from the left section of the trench. All the soldiers were wide awake in an instant. It was agitated, murmuring, boots scratching in the mud, equipment clattering. A few minutes later, however, Lieutenant von Karsbrook appeared visibly annoyed. Tear gas, no need to panic, he said curtly. Masks, stay off. We have to be alert and see if the French are coming. I asked the Lieutenant if we shouldn't be more careful. I cannot afford to lose the prestige, but hey ho. Even with tear gas, the masks are... The Lieutenant interrupted me immediately. Do you see a mask on my face? No. I suddenly realized that I had never seen the Lieutenant wearing a gas mask before. And do you see me lying on the ground, gasping for air? No. Now keep your eyes on the no man's land. With a nod, I signaled my men to take off their masks, which they had already started to do. It wasn't long before we felt the effects of tear gas on our eyes, but only slightly. No burning in the throat, no pressure on the chest. The burning of our eyes was accompanied by a faint smell of musty hay. Is that all? Pedersen asked dryly. They wanted to make us cry, Dana added. Cutting onions for Zelensky is worse, a few of them laughed. Watch out, Dana, said Lotz. Next they'll throw perfume at you. The tension quickly dissipated and the all clear was given right after. No attack, no shelling, just a test, they said. Or an attempt to intimidate us. Dana later said he wet himself, but only his eyes from laughing. Oh, now we lost even more prestige because I went against the Lieutenant. Again, I did not have the prestige to waste, but I wanted to side with my men, basically. Put yourself together and do as I tell you. I'm giving you orders, not requests. You want to play a little trick on the French? If I said no, would you be upset? And what have we got? We've got some ladders. We've got a defensive position. We've got a defensive position. Let's come back over here. Let's hit those ladders. Oh yes, we're only down to a 5-man squad, of course. You two can go out. You two can get rations, and you can build me up some ladders. Oh, hello. A few minutes earlier, they had carried a dead man out of the shelter on our left. No bullet wounds, no shrapnel, just a pale blue face. Last night, he had complained of irritated eyes and tightness in his chest, just like half a dozen others. The faces in my troop also looked more tired than usual. Pedersen coughed dryly, Dana complained of a stabbing headache. Nothing dramatic, but enough to be suspicious. Could that be from the tear gas? Smitbauer asked. We have to report that, don't we? My men looked at me uncertainly. I tasked Smitbauer with gathering information from the other sections, which he did faster than Pedersen could make a cup of coffee. No one else has died, but over there they've got someone who's in a really bad way. He can hardly breathe. On the other side, there aren't many complaints, but they also said they hardly got any of the gas, said Smitbauer, panting. He seemed to have been in a great hurry. One more thing. Someone said it was phosgene. It's sometimes mixed with the chlorine gas and it's hell on earth. God damn it, if I die because of this, shouted Pedersen, who, to make matters worse, had spilled coffee on his hand. What do we do now? I reported it to the lieutenant. I decided to pass the information on to the lieutenant, who did not seem surprised. Your assessment is correct. We are currently assuming a mixture of tear gas and phosgene, he explained. His expression hardened. You must know that phosgene gas is invisible and deadly. It's an underhanded tactic. No courage, no fight, cowardly and without honor. He paused for a long time and let his gaze wander over the trench. Then he looked at me again. Now not a word to anyone. Fear is a poison that is even more powerful than any gas. I told the soldiers the truth. There was no point in lying to them. They would question it anyway as soon as the next reports of more deaths came through the trenches. They looked at me silently. Pedersen hunched his shoulders as if he had suddenly gotten colder. That's it for me. God help me, Smithbauer reassured him. You'll get through this. There are some comrades who are much worse off than you. There goes morale even further. Oh, Menk and Pedersen are lightly wounded. We got rations up to 6 turns. Oh yeah, things are not looking good. I carried out your order but was wounded in the process. Okay, no, he just actually got wounded in the process. I think Pedersen got wounded from gas. Wow, Pedersen is in a bad way. He is in a real bad way. Okay, we've actually got no tasks. The question is, I'm actually sure on this, but if I go and do something like this and build this, I mean, what are we up to? 2/3, 3/4? The reports spread through the trenches like rats. Entire sections were affected, in some cases even the rear trenches. 3 dead in the east alone, 5 in the south. 1 had simply collapsed while going to the latrine. Another had stormed out of the trench, as death by gunfire seemed more heroic to him. The stories differed in detail, but not in essence. It was phosgene. It was deadly, and nothing was done about it. All of this could have been avoided if we had simply worn the masks, Lotz said harshly, glancing at the shelter where Pedersen had been lying until just a moment ago. His condition had worsened. He was experiencing chest pains and his skin had turned blue. I had taken him to the field hospital, even though they said they were at full capacity and there was no medicine for it anyway. We were probably lucky that it didn't hit us harder, Smithbauer remarked. Phosgene doesn't spread well. Small consolidation. It was a cowardly and deceitful attack. I said coldly, the French planned it precisely. They wanted to distract us with the tear gas. It was all calculated to catch as many of us as possible. Exactly, Smithbauer agreed with me. These wimps don't have any guts left. That's why they use tricks like that. He spat on the ground. Even Lotz seemed to agree. The last few days had taken their toll on all of us. We could only hope that Pedersen would recover and that the French wouldn't launch another attack. After having just lost Fram, no, I seem to have actually lost prestige from something or other. Well, that's weird. We went from rations from 6 turns to rations for 4 turns, even though we lost somebody. So obviously we should have lost 1 turn's worth of rations from them being eaten, but then we should have gained rations from going a man down, as we're now only feeding 4 people. Another communication trench has collapsed. We're not even going to be able to do these jobs soon. Oh. Something is going on in the French trenches. Okay, Mank, I believe in you. I believe in you. Oh, wait, and that turn we didn't use any rations. Yeah, I think the ration thing's getting a little bit buggy. Does seem very weird. There you go, rations to turn back on. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary during recon. Your group is on night watch. Make sure they don't fall asleep. Oh, that could be a little bit tough, actually. No, wait, let's go back to my trench. You'll try and you'll try. But yeah, no, people are going downhill. 5 turns left, 3 turns left of rations. There you go. Fetch rations. Take him with you. Good luck. August 29th. Something is going on in the French trenches. French sneaked up on our trenches at dawn. Explosions we heard were from the grenades they had lobbed at us. They immediately turned tail after, but it seems one of the grenades hit our food storage. Of course it did. We did go up to 4 turns worth of food. Hank is now exhausted. Cover in camp, accept, leave, because I can't get job more than 3 people. Nope, just 2. So you 2. Back to camp, and we're not going to do the recon, basically. There is a small chance that if we catch the French up to something, then we can get some brownie points, but I wouldn't be able to deliver the message on time anyway, because my guys are a mess. Another communications trench. Well, that's all 3 people. He is trying to break all of my soldiers. French sneaked into our trench tonight. It seems they tried to steal our supplies, but I heard them sneak about and defended our food. I managed to corner one of them. The rest hurried away with empty hands. What are we to do with the prisoner? Ooh. Well, this should get me a bit of reputation. So you take him back. You recover in camp. I'm hoping Menk comes back next turn, basically. Oh, there you go. That did go up. That's a bit better. Someone to deliver an urgent message. Well, I'm sending a guy back anyway. I mean, we should be allowed to dual purpose people. Oh, go on, go on, go on. Yeah, we're just into low prestige. Things have gotten a little bit better. We need some ammunition. Back from your break. We're running low on ammunition. But if you could be a deer and go and fetch us something, that would be swell. We're apparently going back to camp in 1 turn. Let's see how that turns out. You have shown you are not completely unreliable, but I'll keep an eye on you. Yeah, I don't blame you. Told you sent to deliver the message. What was his name? Dana. He didn't come back with an answer until many hours later. Way too late. Next time. And there it goes back down into very low prestige. He is actually extremely reliable. He just is also broken beyond belief like the rest of my squad. Do we get to leave? Tell your people to stop packing. Nope. Another communication trench has collapsed. Beautiful. We're running low on ammunition. Didn't you just... Okay, so you got more tired, but you didn't actually fetch any ammunition. That's useful. I've only got 1 turn left of food as well. Back from my break in camp. Running low on ammunition. You don't say. We hardly have anything left to eat. You don't say. Someone to deliver a message to headquarters. You don't say. And the only guy, he's very pragmatic, but we'll see how he does. Fetch some rations. Can you actually get some ammunition this time, please? Okay, so we at least have some food. And again, no, didn't get any ammunition. Like, what am I telling these people? Pack your things. We're relieved. We're going back to camp. Oh, Lots did a terrible job delivering the message. Okay. So I'm about to be fired from my job by the lieutenant. But, well, you know, hey, it is what it is. Fram deserting is what really has gone and hurt me. While rested has been removed, he got even more tired. And Lots, I believe that was, is now tired of war. Yeah, he is. He's tired of war. Fantastic. Yes. Your unit is tasked with guard duty. Okay. Well, we're going to leave this there, ladies and gentlemen. And so, yeah, this has been, it's been a pretty devastating episode, quite frankly. Most things have gone wrong, from Fram deserting, which was pretty much purely off the story, because, like I said, he wasn't in too bad of shape, to be honest. Then the gas absolutely wiping me out, followed by what felt like dig a trench, dig a trench, dig a trench orders whilst we were actually in the trench. And so yeah, no, the squad is definitely feeling it, and my prestige is also very much feeling it. And so until next time, that just leaves me to say that I hope you all have enjoyed the episode and you're enjoying the series so far. And until I see you again, no matter where that may be, I truly do hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.